Hello everyone, Dan 14th Prime here. I want to do a video share out today with you guys on the Hot Toys Star Wars Return of the Jedi Princess Leia. This version really decks her out in her Endor gear, as you can see there, and she can accompany Luke Skywalker, who I also have coming on the way, in his same Endor garb. I really went on an unplanned splurge. Last week, I posted it to my story on Instagram, same handle, Dan 14th Prime. Follow me there if you're not already, where I picked up her and Luke and a few others. I didn't want to have regrets about not having those figures later down the line. If you're interested in picking up Leia or any Hot Toys or collectible shopping, check the links down in the description below. I've got links to Sideshow, Amazon, and eBay. In-stock purchases through Sideshow and any purchases through Amazon and eBay supports the channel at no cost to you. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. So here we have Leia out of the box and pretty much everything she comes with there laying out on display for you to see. I will say there's something about this version of Leia that I love. I'm liking this way more than the Bespin version of her that I already have in the collection. So in terms of Leia here, she's got just a great outfit on. Just the uniform, comes with her pistol. She's got a cool belt around the waist with different pouches. And key for this piece, she comes with her Endor swap out gear. So you've got the helmet and the poncho, a few extra hands, and of course the very cool kind of Endor diorama styled environment base, which I just love. And I've said it before, I really like when Hot Toys gives us a little something extra from the base. Again, I don't need to take up a huge footprint and a lot of space, but just accents like that, I think they add so much, just really make the display much, much cooler and compels me to actually use the base, whereas I generally never do. All right, so let's jump in and take a review of this figure. But before we do, if you can please leave a like or drop a comment down below. It helps the video out and channel very much. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you like Star Wars, Hot Toys, if you like statues, DC, Marvel, those types of things. I've always got new stuff coming to the Prime Empire and happy to share that out with the community, so stay tuned. Let's just jump through her accessories now, starting off with her pistol. And this is cool. This is a big size pistol by Hot Toys standards. Lots of cool molding and detail in there. Kind of black, you know, but there's definitely some kind of wear effect across it. Give it more of a gunmetal kind of look. So that is really cool. She has her poncho here. Looks good. Green, couple shades of green, brown. Just kind of open, right? Sits over the top of her. Couple slits here where you'll feed through the belt. And then it's got some wiring along the side, which is cool. Some wiring in the hood so you can kind of pose it up when it gets on here. Basically, to put it on, you just pop off the head. Take off the belt as well. Put it over the top. Feed the belt through. And secure it back with Velcro in the back again. So she has 4 extra sets of hands. We'll start off here with these two. Just sort of your standard relaxed open hand. They look good. Good sculpt. Good paint with the skin tone. We get 2 like this. More of a grip. Just variations of grip. The gun works in both these if you prefer. Or they can just be sort of a gesture. Because then here on the figure, we do have a right hand trigger finger gun hand. And again here, similar to the other two, kind of slightly more opened grip type left hand. And while we're here, let's not forget the watch. Looks very cool. I like they do this too because it hides some of the ball joining kind of wrist effect on the left hand. So black watch, some detailing on the face there. And again, it comes separate in the box. You just pop off a hand, slide it on the wrist. And I'll unofficially call this an accessory, but her belt. Again, she's got her gun holster there, belt, a buckle. Velcro's here and here as well. She's got a pouch there. Some Velcro around back here as well. Again, a pouch and Velcro closure here. When you put on the poncho, you have to kind of slide this pouch off and put it back on, which is a pain in the butt because it's really small, sort of rubber straps you have to work through there, or pleather straps to work through there. And then here, of course, in terms of the gun in the holster, to get that look, just slides all right down in there. Barrel kind of pokes out the end. So that does look pretty cool on her. Then up here, this is a key one, right? The Endor helmet. Check that out. That looks cool. Reminds me of like Boba Fett helmet effect. Got the green there, a lot of weathered, got the dent. Some black underneath there, some leather sort of look. Again, material, just cloth sort of look there. Again, nice molding, nice paint. It looks good. And it's got a little strap here that can kind of it just snap right in there. And if you're putting that on her, it'd probably be tough to do behind the camera, but her hair just kind of pulls off there because that pegs into the back. And then again, tough to do behind camera here, so I won't go for it like all the way. But in terms of putting it on, you know, the instructions say you got to manage this around the head a little bit. Just come to the front and then come down around the ears, you know, watch the hair and stuff like that. And then just push it deeply on and down through. So it's not too bad, but of course you'll want to be careful. There, I'd say I actually sort of did it pretty well behind the camera. So there's that look. I always find it really difficult to kind of get that little snap under there to work. And then last, definitely not least, the very cool display stand here, Star Wars Princess Leia, just your crotch grabber up there. Again, environment piece that just sort of sits there, can really sit on any corner, as you can see. Same thing back here, environment piece, just kind of a straight edge with an overlap. So you could really sort of put those things how you like. And on the bottom of the base here, just a very cool forest, you know, just sort of dirt with some green kind of clover sort of look across it. Nice print, very realistic looking. And here, just to get you close on these pieces, I mean, I love them. I mean, the rocks look fantastic. Tree looks realistic. The shrubbery looks great. The moss kind of on the ground. So these things are really, really cool. Digging these. And here we have Leia. Man, I gotta say, I'm loving that. She looks so cool. It's like way better than my Bespin Leia. We'll get her out in a minute to do a comparison. But let's just jump in on her here. She looks so good. I think maybe you can say, as always with Hot Toys, the skin tone, maybe a little darker, a little more glowing than she is in real life or was in the movie, but I think it still works for the figure and looks makes the figure look better, I think. It really works with the light. But yeah, upstairs, the head sculpt there. Again, we'll get it out to compare, but typical stuff I recall. She's got the little curl down there by the ears. Again, she got the braid stuff going on with that removable head sculpt piece. It's a nice dark brown, lots of great sculpt in there, sort of washed with black so you can see all the hair strands. That definitely looks very, very good. I like the head sculpt, that looks good. And what's really cool about this figure is it comes down into the chest. They really took special care through there. I mean, it comes all wrapped up in plastic, which is painful to get off because it's all deep down in there. But in terms of the paint on like the clavicle and to get all this blend down from the face down into the chest, that looks really just very realistic, very feminine, you know, with the clavicles and in the neck. You can see some of the kind of muscles in there. So it looks great. She's got the undercollar shirt on, this kind of whatever vest type thing, jacket over the top. Cool little, whatever, insignias and things here on this little plastic plate. You can see some pockets on the sleeves there. I like the soft goods on this figure. They really look good. They fit her really well. I like the colors too. So yeah, she's looking good. And then just coming down the bottom for the uniform. I mean, I already showed you a lot of the belt stuff, which looks good. The pants, again, like the color. I like the color scheme of this just scene and this outfit. Got the pinstripe going on through there. Again, I think everything fits really well. It's tailored really well. Lots of stitching you can see going on. And then she's got the big kind of pleather boots, all one piece. You know, whatever, fortunately or unfortunately. So it's going to impact some of the articulation, but it's definitely a softer type of boot. So you still got your typical ankle in there. You can probably still get something from it. We'll take a look later. And then the sole of the shoe, a little black there, brown accent, brown heel. A nice detail and just all the way through this uniform. Love it. Okay, so I went and got my Bespin Leia. I actually have her in the closet. I had to go get her out from the box. I don't keep her on display because she doesn't excite me that much. I think when I get Lando or when we get Han and Chewie Bespin, you know, I'll put her back out and sort of make that scene. But anyway, with this Leia now and Luke on the way, I think she'll be the one I'll have on display until then, just to have a Leia out. Now I'm really just focusing, because they're so different from an outfit perspective, I'm just focusing on the head sculpts. I mean, they're the same sculpt. I think there's a slight paint variation. Mainly I'm noticing on kind of the rosiness of the cheeks, which almost kind of gives the effect of, you know, just a little bit of a different shape of the face, if you will, but it's clearly just paint. And then, of course, just the hair swap out piece, which is, I guess, the theme for both her and Luke. You know, she's got more of this wrapped braid effect versus this looping down braid effect. So I guess on the head sculpt and stuff, really basically the same as the one I already had, but, you know, it's the outfit and everything else, I think, that just makes me like this figure so much more. Then here, just so you can see her in her poncho, again, I had her in the top of the video at it, so just give her another spin here for you. I like it. Again, I like the colors. I like the wiring that's in it, so you can pose it up. Love it when she's got the helmet on, so that's probably the look I'll go with on display. Match her up with Luke. And I definitely see in my future display with those two, and definitely a speeder bike trooper with speeder bike, or a couple of those, just as a display to pay homage to that awesome Endor Return of the Jedi scene. We know those bikers are coming, just a matter of time. But for articulation for Leia, you know, I think you're mostly going to be okay. She looks down pretty good. She can look up, you know, she can kind of cock her head and stuff. Got a neck joint down in there. It looks like kind of rubber over it to get that whole human skin sort of look that they really put a lot of care and attention to down into the neck, into the clavicle. The shoulders here, no worries, right? Going up. Nothing in this uniform going to really prohibit you. You do have a double jointed elbow right there. It's the only thing I hate, how the costume, you start to see some of that toy stuff. Just wish that sleeve would sort of hide some of that. The wrists, it's kind of unavoidable. But luckily this watch helps a lot. But typical stuff at the wrist there with the peg and the hinge. The crunch there, she's got a little crunch there in the torso. And she's got a little twist. You know, there's nothing in the instructions that warns of any articulation limitations, so it's really just a function of how comfortable you're going to be to push it, and, you know, what's the outfit really going to let you do. Now, up leg is really restricted because it just starts to pull on the tailoring through the butt, so that'll be limited in terms of her kick. Is that yeah, kind of single joint knee, so you got just 90 degrees there at the knee. And again, I think the usual stuff is in the foot. You can twist there. You'll just need to manage the boot's going to kind of limit some of that a little bit, but it'll move. And of course, if you're holding it, it's going to probably crease the boot. So just heads up on that. But I think for what you need for Leia, no complaints at all with that articulation. So there you have it, guys. Hot Toys, Star Wars, Princess Leia as seen in Return of the Jedi. Her Endor look. Gotta say, I'm really happy with the figure. I probably didn't have high expectations when I grabbed it. For me, it was kind of like, call it an impulse purchase, but just to future-proof the collection, really. Make sure I wasn't going to regret not having some figures down the road. But she really does shine. I know it's not a new head sculpt. I think the way they make it work with the hair, and then just the tailoring through the outfit, the diorama base, really does elevate the figure. So yeah, dig it. Really happy with it. Looking forward to getting her brother in. Again, if you're interested in picking up any Hot Toys or any collectible shopping at all, got links down in the description below. Any in-stock purchases from Sideshow supports the channel at no cost to you. I've got links to Amazon and eBay as well down below. Any shopping at all you do through those links supports the channel at no cost to you, so thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. If you hung around this long, please drop a comment or a like on your way out. It helps the channel and video out very much, so thank you. And if you're not yet subscribed, you like high-end collectibles like Hot Toys, statues, you like brands like Star Wars, Transformers, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, you know, the big DC and Marvel properties, give me a sub. I've always got things along those lines coming into the Prime Empire, and always try to do videos to share those out with the community. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. See you next time.